All right, the seated dumbbell press or Z press. Legs as straight as you can manage, out nice and wide. Keeping his abs super tight here, so butt squeezed, ribs are pulled down. Like a dumbbell's in a neutral position. We're just gonna press up for a standard dumbbell press. We're gonna watch that we don't flare though. Again, at the ribs, arms go wide, our arms aren't in front of us. We're trying to finish through so that ears, I can see the ears from the side theoretically for most people. Ribs are down, abs tight. He's squeezing his quads as well to help keep his hip flexors tight, to help keep them tight through his core. Good reps there. 4 different strict pull-up variations. Number 1, just a standard strict pull-up. We're tight from sternum down to the knees, so tight to the abs, tight to the quads. Elbows turn forward, pulling down, and standard pull-up. Careful not to shrug up as we're pulling. We're trying to keep the traps pulled down as we pull. Not bowed. Try to be nice and stiff. Think about keeping your toes forward, not back. That means we're losing that control through the midline. Number 2, partner aided pull-up. So he can push against my hands here to assist himself on the way up. So he's firing through his quads to help himself up and then controlling the negative. Fires against my hands for the way up, controls the negative on his own. Seated band pull down. So for those who can't do a strict pull-up yet or don't want to full with the partner pull-up, this is another variation. We're doing a pull-up by doing a band pull down. Getting the thickest band possible to allow us to pull down below our chin or even touching our sternum. Just like in the dumbbell seated press we have this cycle, you can go nice and go straight leg, go wide, so it's nice and tight through his core, abs on, ribs pulled down, pulling down nice and low, not shrugging up. Now we've got a bar on rig, box aided pull-up. So feet are on the box to help reduce some of the load he's forced to pull. So by keeping his weight here, he's only pulling basically half his body, so it's not as much weight to have to pull up. Same concept applies though as a standard pull-up. Turn the elbows in. If you need a little assistance from the feet, you can fire through the heels to turn on your glutes and hamstrings. They can kind of help you up as well. Rear elevated split squat or lunge. Got a dumbbell or a kettlebell, hell, even a barbell. Something front rack loaded ideally. A nice little goblet squat hold here. Got rear foot up, toe down typically to help keep some stability through his hip. Foot out far enough, you can simply lunge down in between those 2 feet. So I want to see his knees maybe a little past his ankle, but certainly not over the toes. So we got a slight angle on the shin, but not a very big one at all. Lunges down, taps the knee. Just tap it and stand up. Don't unload the very bottom. Don't put all your weight on that knee. Just kind of hit it and go. So we're going to find a height in this back leg that allows you to get at about parallel for that front leg there. Eccentric pistol or a step down as well. Looking to load out and really control this movement through the up hip here. So we're loading up this hip. I want to see the knee turn out over the toes, certainly not caving in. A big shift onto this foot, so to move the weight over the center of mass. A slow negative. If he needs to tap his foot on the ground, he can. If he doesn't need to at all, great. Then we'll just hover it, find bottom slowly, and fire up. You found it and fired up. If that's too difficult for you, then we'll go down. You can move your foot either forward or backwards, whatever's easier for you to control at the bottom, tap, and then fire back up. There it touches the floor, fires up. What we don't want to see is this knee getting a little wonky on the way down, caving in. And you're trying to find control and learn stability through the hip here. And we're going to see that expressed by this knee loading out in this position. Oh, fighting for it. Single leg RDL. Conventional deadlift to get the bar to the hip. Overhand grip. He's going to then load one leg, shifting his weight to that one leg, getting the main foot underneath his center of mass. He's going to shoot the back leg, the back heel, straight back to the wall behind him. Looking for a straight line from shoulder to hip to ankle. He's going to feel that tug in his hamstring. He begins to hinge his body back towards the wall behind him. Again, looking for a straight leg, squeeze his butt to come back through. What we want to avoid is any kind of turning out of that back leg. So if I see your toe turning up like that, that's a fault. You want to keep that toe pointed down Trying to stay facing straight ahead essentially. Don't allow yourself to turn open to fake stability.